All right, welcome to week two. This week we are looking at two chapters, Federalism, which is chapter three, and the OK State and Local Government Supplement, which is written by two of my colleagues, Doctors Steve Housel and Carolyn Taylor, and it covers state and local government. We cover these two chapters in the same week because they really do kind of complement one another. Now, that said, this is a hard week. Okay, there are only two assignments due this week, and that is the forum, which again you have to participate in over the course of the week. Make an initial post no later than 11:55 p.m. Of Tuesday, and then 4 posts over the course of the remainder of the week. And then you have to take a 30-point quiz. The problem is the material is pretty difficult, okay? And with chapter three, I have found that students struggle with that chapter probably more than any other, with the possible exception of chapter four on civil liberties and civil rights, but that's a different issue, why they tend to struggle. The problem with federalism is that it's a moving target. Federalism has the relationship between the national government and the state governments has evolved considerably over the course of American history. And so the result is that federalism in different periods means different things. And I think a lot of people kind of struggle with that idea. So you need to get yourself habituated to this notion that which issues need to be handled at the federal level and which issues need to be handled at the state level, that this is a subject of contention. A lot of the fiercest debates in contemporary American politics are really debates about federalism, about, okay, this is an issue government should manage, but should it be managed at the national level? Should it be managed at the state level? And so, when you look, for example, at the COVID-19 pandemic that we have, that we are kind of slowly and painfully extricating ourselves from, a big part of the challenge was how we go about managing that problem, right? Should this be a state by state basis? Should this be a local level? And the problem, to a large extent, is has been that as President Donald Trump was more interested in pushing the responsibility down to the governors, down to state levels, and in a lot of instances, the state governors were basically saying this is a matter of local control. And so a lot of conflicts ended up being, kind of adjudicated in local courts rather than, leadership actually being asserted. Okay. And again, the challenge with that, with the pandemic, was that leadership comes with a political cost. You find that certain, both Republican and Democratic governors, for example, Gretchen Whitmer in Michigan, a Democratic governor, and the guy in Ohio, I can't remember his name right now, but those folks, took some real heat for acting in a decisive manner. And the result was that that their public opinion levels were hurt, they were harmed. Okay, so with state and local government, again, the challenge is um, first of all, there's so many different local governments that it's really kind of hard. One state and local government scholar calls it, the local government's just a bramble of so many different things because government happens in so many different ways at the local level. And so again, very often you find that at this, local and state level, there's a great deal of interaction, a good deal of collaboration, and a good deal of conflict over how things ought to be done. And so, read these chapters carefully. I know the state and local government chapter is very long. I promise I will be trying to kind of shoot to the center and hit on mostly the really important parts. But in any event, I realize this is a busy week, even though there's only the two assignments. But let's make sure we are on top of this. Let's have a great week.